Oatmeal. The fuck is it? And how did it get my pants? In 1992, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But this isn't my therapy session or a history lesson. This is Fallout 4 animated playthrough. Bitch. Fallout 4 is my all-time favorite open world game, so I wanted to do another playthrough, but this time I wanted to play through it a little different way. The game as if I, Stray Hangington, were the sole survivor. So first thing, I get out of the shower and do some facial reconstruction. Then once I get out of the bathroom, I talk to my robot, who cares for my infant child, and he's equipped with a buzzsaw and a flamethrower. That's a minor detail. So I opened the door for what I thought was a Mormon missionary, but it actually was much, much, much worse. It was a Vault-Tec salesman, and without hesitation, I gave him my credit card credentials and my social security number, and signed a contract with him that binded my soul to Vault-Tec. Soon after that lovely interaction, there were reports of incoming nukes, so I did the only thing that any wise family man such as myself would do, and sprinted for the bunker myself. My wife somehow made it onto the platform in time. Seconds after the platform lowered, the nuke went off in the distance. And I was the only one who wasn't blinded, cause, cool guys don't look at explosions. Once the platform got to the bottom of the bunker, I pushed everyone aside to get my skin-tight blue jumpsuit. And I followed my doctor with my wife and child to go into the decontamination chamber. But that bitch pulled a sneaky weaky on us, cause we were just frozen. Some malfunction went off and I woke up in my cryosleep. And I really had to pee, but instead of opening my door, I saw a man off my wife and nabbed my child. I was freezing again without emptying my bladder, and it was at this point I knew I shouldn't have drank that fourth cup of lemonade. A few moments after, the pod finally opened up again, and I instinctively went to the bathroom in the nearest corner. I saw my once wife just chilling in her pod, and I walked to the door. Down the corridor, I found some giant roaches, and without hesitation, I dropped those sorry motherfuckers, and instinctively ate their corpses to gain their powers. I got to the old entrance of the vault, looting weapons and medical supplies along the way, where I found a skeleton scientist and stole the computer off his arm to open up the door. Upon leaving the vault, and being blinded by all the light, this must have been what the little puny humans who looked at the bomb felt like. But what does one do when thrown into an apocalyptic waste after seeing his wife get domed and his kid get napped? And the answer is pretty simple. Go on a blackout drunk party spree. Woo! Nighters! Yeah! Woohoo! Party, party! No, you're my best friend, Theodore. I then woke up in a town called Concord, with a massive hangover. In the near distance I heard gunshots, and that was not very cash money. So I exterminated all the raiders outside. There was a man on top of the balcony saying something, but I wasn't paying attention. Upon entering, I was greeted by some raiders, so I put them out of commission. On the top floor, I found a man by the name of Preston Gravy, a very saucy boy indeed. He explained to me that there were a few more raiders inbound, and that I should take him out with a minigun that's on top of the roof. So I went to the roof and got on a suit of power armor. But there was one more thing he forgot to mention. There was a Deathclaw that crawled out of the sewers, but to me, he was more of a lowly baby gecko, and I took care of him, and stole his fucking hands. After taking care of business, I talked to Mama Murphy, and she told me about a place called Diamond City, and that's where I could find my son. I have a son? Oh shit, right, thanks Mama Murphy! Mwah. Right when I was close to Diamond City, I wandered into a firefight between some irradiated boys and some knights. So I decided to sit back and watch just to loot whoever the loser was, but sadly, the knights won, so I didn't get their giant armor. The big boy in the metal armor told me that he needs my help to get a piece of tech that's fallen into enemy hands. So I agreed, just to get a cash reward and just to spite Reese, who, first impressions, he was a complete wad. When we got to our destination, I went on yet another rampage, but this time was okay, cause they were just robots. At the bottom of the building, I found a rocket testing area, and I saw my chance to attempt to rid Reese. If I take out the guy in power armor, I could probably get rid of Reese quickly. So I fired the jet, melting all the sins and injuring Paladin Dance. Sadly, I did not get rid of him so easily. We found the piece of tech, and he paid me. He tried to get me to join his little Boy Scouts community, which I said I'll think about it, and then I left. I then made my way to Diamond City. Once I got to the outskirts of the door, I heard some woman yelling at a guy on the intercom to let her in. She gestured to me to come closer, and she made up some lie so that we could get in. Somehow, it worked. The doors opened up, and I bolted for the shop so I could sell all the junk I collected. While I was selling my stuff, some guard told me about a place called the Combat Zone, and that I should steer clear of there, as it was infested with raiders. After hearing this, I now want to go there just to spite him, but I needed a bullet shield. Now where could I find one? Oh yes, the loud lady. She'll help me. I helped her get back to her home, so she might as well be my bullet sponge. I then gained Piper as a companion, and she told me about her friend Nick, who was kidnapped by a gang of thugs, but first, we had to go to the Combat Zone. Upon arrival at the Combat Zone, I took out some thugs that were guarding the entrance, easy peasy, livin' breezy. And then I entered through the doors, and then I heard some gunshots, and I must have blacked out or something after that, because when I came back, all the raiders were incapacitated, and I was covered in ketchup, while Piper and the two people in the ring looked very, very shocked. I talked to the talking Perun, and he basically told me to take Kate, so I thought, why not? She looks like she can be a better fighter than Piper. So me and Piper split, while I gained Kate as a companion, and then we headed to rescue Nick. And I'm going to have to call it quits right there, because the rest of the clip is 16 minutes, and I'm not having a 32-minute video on my channel. But if you want to see the next episode of Fallout Animated Series, woo, right when it comes out, click that subscribe button, click that notification bell, because you'll get notified right when it comes out. And if you have a friend that enjoys Fallout or stuff like this, share it around, it'll help me out big time. And as always, I've been Stray Hay, and I'll see you guys next time.